Hey guys, it's Tarot and Beyond. In today's Pick a Card reading, we're looking at the next 24 hours. What the next day or so will hold for you energetically, how to work with that energy, blessings that may be coming in, and what you need to know about this time period. This is a timeless reading, but if you are seeing it at the time that it's coming out, we do have the solstice occurring in the next 24 hours, as well as the full moon in Capricorn following shortly after that. So there is a lot of big energetic shifting happening at this time, but if you're watching it at a later date, that will still apply energetically to you, or the messages will still be within that 24-hour time frame. So we've got the three groups as usual. Today we've got the group number 1 card being Bloodstone, Get Up and Get Moving. Group number 2 is Sodalite, Speak Your Truth. And group number 3 is Unakite, Live in the Now. Select the card, the crystal, or the phrase that resonates with you the most. If you feel called to more than one, that's fine. You may even want to watch all the readings and just take the messages that resonate. Use your intuition to guide you through this process, and we'll see you in your readings. All right, hi group number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose Bloodstone, Get Up and Get Moving. So for the next 24 hours, it feels like you are going to be needing to be a little bit more active than maybe you have been of late. I'm feeling this energy of like getting your blood pumping, Bloodstone. Yeah, it's like movement, physical movement, activity, and how that's pumping blood through the body, through the system. And specifically, I'm seeing the brain clairvoyantly. That's what I'm being shown, is moving blood through the brain. So something about stimulating the body to help to activate certain regions in the brain. Okay, interesting. Let's get some more information. Over the next 24 hours, what can group number 1 expect, or what will they experience? Okay, these two cards, but they're kind of stuck together. Oh, sticky. You know, I always pay attention to whatever happens in a reading. And if energy is sticky or cards are sticking like that, you may have to do some physical movement to get unstuck or to unstick something. Or, you know, when you pump blood through the body, it can help to break up like sticky areas in your arteries or in your muscles or things like that, your fascia. So I'm seeing something about that, but let's get more information. Do what you love, and do it in a way that is enjoyable to you. Do what you love. Like, instead of being like, oh, I need to get moving, that means I need to go walk a mile, or I need to do something I hate. No, I'm seeing do what you love. Like, if you like to run around, if you like to play a sport, if you like to dance, do that. Group number 1, in the next 24 hours, it's going to be very, very beneficial for you. And maybe even getting up and getting moving in regard to a goal. I just saw that as well. Getting up and getting moving in regard to a goal that you want to accomplish in the next 24 hours. If you get inspiration for something, act on that. The other thing I'm seeing here is possibility for travel. Maybe you have some travel plans that you want to make, or you're traveling in the next 24 hours. There's something about getting moving and making that goal a reality. Maybe you start to work towards that in the next 24 hours, and that is going to change things, because what you do now changes what results you get in the future. Live your soul, not a role. Ooh, interesting. Do what you love, live your soul, not a role. I saw 222 on the recording time. So group number 1, where are you pretending to be something because you feel like you need to? I'm getting the energy of obligation. Where are you feeling obligated to something, and how can you break that pattern? I feel like there's some kind of stuckness or limitation, physically or otherwise, that has been preventing you from really experiencing I'm hearing vivacity of yourself, your body, and your life, and the way that it can be. And I'm seeing this energy, this like shake up energy coming in the next 24 hours to kind of get you out of a rut or out of your routine, or to start a new routine that is more beneficial, that feels more aligned with you. It's a soul level alignment. Okay, let's see. 7 of Wands. I'm actually seeing you closing a door in the next 24 hours, group number 1. You're closing some kind of a door, moving away from something. And it feels like this is in self-defense. Like you're stopping something that didn't work for you, that was keeping you stuck, that you possibly were even attached to, with that sticky energy. It's like you may have been attached to this habit, this routine, this way of thinking, or this person, whatever it was. And I see you standing up and starting to make a change in the next 24 hours. You implement some kind of a new structure is what I'm getting. Let's see. Priestess of Wands. This is the action. Get up, get moving. Like, this is bloodstone energy in a nutshell. So you are very much, and both of these are wands, which is the vitality of the physical body and the spirit and how they merge together. So you are meant to express your soul through your body in the next 24 hours. Movement is part of that. Passion and drive are part of that as well. Princess of Wands, more wands cards, group number 1. Like, it's so much to do with your fiery vitality. Your vitality is increasing in the next 24 hours. I feel like you're going to have more energy, group 1. Yeah, I got to say, I feel like you're going to be more vibrant. I'm seeing people dancing, like they're dancing in this card, but I'm seeing that as well clairvoyantly, like being able to dance and to be free, like to move your body. That's what it feels like. The seer. And I heard planning for the future when I pulled this card over. So I feel like you are going to get some kind of an insight. Wands do speak about inspiration. So I feel like you're going to get some kind of an inspiration that's going to help you to plan for the future. And I keep hearing the word goal. So it's like you're planning a goal that you've wanted, or something that is very much interconnected at this deeper level with your soul and its desires. And it's like you're using the resources you have at the physical level to implement something in moving towards that. And to do that, you do have to close out some doors and set some boundaries. So maybe you have to say no to the old way of doing something. Say no to someone who's taking too much of your time or energy, or who's keeping you stuck or stagnant, or to say no to a job or a role that you used to play kind of on autopilot that was keeping your spirit, I'm seeing like sucked up. That's what they just showed me. It was like this sort of like sucked up and in, like your spirit was condensed inside you and it wasn't allowed to flow through your entire body and move freely and express out into the world. It's like repression of the self, condensation. That's not even the right word, is it? But it's like a condensed self. It was very dense. And I'm seeing you freeing up space so that you can move freely. And you're going to have an insight, okay? So pay attention over the next 24 hours to insights that come into your mind, ideas that you have, desires that you want. Maybe it's like, I would really like to go to the park and do this. Pay attention to that. Act on it. Don't just let that thought sit and simmer in your mind. This is the 24 hours to get up and do something, because you are going to create a shift. And they're showing me a very tangible shift. And I'm actually seeing clairvoyantly a phoenix right now. So there's some kind of like a phoenix moment where you're reborn, or you burn down the old system so that you can be refreshed in this very visceral way. Like it feels very tangible, very sensory oriented. And I said tangible, and it reminded me of tangerine. So sacral chakra is to do with the body, the clairsentience, the very visceral realm, the sensory experience of life, the movement, all of that. And tangerines are orange. You might need some vitamin C, but when I think of tangerine, the energy is very like invigorating, right? Like you eat an orange or something like that and you're like, ooh, it's like sour, but it's sweet, it's juicy. That's kind of the vibe I get over the next 24 hours. It's going to be stimulating and it's going to require some effort, right? Like you have to peel that tangerine, you have to peel that orange. So you need to put in a little bit of work here, but it's not bad work. It's just part of the process of getting what you want. And that's very satisfying. Okay, we have the Justice card. There's a lot of naked people in this deck, so I'm gonna get some crystals. Oops, there. Because I don't know, YouTube, they haven't flagged any of my readings for having cards with some nudity on it, but this one has a lot of nudity and it's kind of overt, so we'll just play it safe. But justice. Things are going to balance out here when you step into, it's almost like a new contract. I'm seeing this gold thing here, almost like a certificate, like you'd put that little stamp of approval or certification or a contract or something. So I think that you are ending an old cycle in the next 24 hours, group one, and that is significantly shifting the way that you operate. And I'm also hearing you make contracts with your actions. Oh, yeah. So I used to be a soul realignment practitioner, which is a modality of Akashic reading. And I would work very heavily with helping people to clear karmic contracts of all shapes and sizes and degrees, from present, past life, and you name it. And what I learned was that contracts, yes, sometimes they can be physical in terms of like a marriage contract or a business contract, but more often than not, they're not physical or tangible, and they were made through the energy of the individual and the actions they took repeatedly, the choices that were made. And so that would create these energetic dynamics that would keep you bound to a particular person, a role, a job, a sense of self, and that would lock you into these karmic cycles that weren't necessarily aligned with you at soul level. And that would create a block, and then it would need to be learned and understood and cleared. And this is kind of what I'm seeing here is like in the next 24 hours, you're going to be clearing some kind of a karmic contract or possibly creating a new one that's more aligned with this new version of self that you are becoming. It feels like an evolution, and they're showing me the phoenix again, clairvoyantly. So this is you being reborn. And I think this also can involve finding or creating a new identity for yourself, or understanding who you are at a deeper level. Not necessarily creating a new identity like an alter ego, but having a greater understanding or awareness of a larger expression of who you are. So you're not getting rid of the old you, you're just incorporating this new you that you are becoming or that you want to be into your daily actions. And that's why there's like this Nike, just do it energy, like lace up your shoes and go outside, group number one, because the next 24 hours, you're going to benefit from that long-term, karmically, in a very positive way. King of Coins, and I heard get physical, and then now they're playing the song, let's get physical, physical. Yeah, if you like go work out, group number one, in the next 24 hours, don't push yourself, take it easy, but do something physical that gets the blood pumping. They keep reiterating that message. And I'm seeing that this is going to positively affect your soul expression. So you might have like, oh, yes, they're showing me that if you go out and you do something physical in the next 24 hours, group number one, you're going to have like a soul insight that comes in. A soul insight. Like, let's say, for example, you go for a walk, just a casual walk around the block or something like that. All of a sudden, as you're walking, when you're getting the blood pumping and you're kind of getting out of autopilot in other ways and getting into autopilot with just your body being busy, you get this soul level insight because your soul's coming more into your body and it's able to communicate with you. It's able to express something that it needs. And it pops into your mind like a passing fancy or a thought, but it's very important. So also, do not dismiss, thank you. Do not dismiss the thoughts that come into your mind when you're doing something physical or after, but there's something here that it could even be something that like an insight about your health or an insight about money or business, that you're going to get an idea of the role that you want to play. You're like, I really love doing this. And I realized that today when I was out doing this other thing, or doing that thing is part of what I want to do. And then you can make that happen. And it's going to be very lucrative. I'm getting the word lucrative, and that does track very nicely with the King of Coins. He is the king of money, the king of the physical realm. And he does have a lot to do with the body and the physical health as well. So the next 24 hours are going to be very lucrative for you. Group number one, if you can just get up, move your body, and receive that inspiration. Okay, we have 2 more cards that want to come out from this deck. Then we'll get the Dogs Against Anxiety for a little bit of guidance. And I think, yeah, let's go deep. Let's go really deep today, you guys. Let's get the charms, and we'll also do letters. I haven't done letters in a while, so we can like spell words together. Strength train. Group number one, like if you don't work out, this is the time for you to go work out. Get some like little 2.5 pound weights, whatever you need to do. Just go for a walk. For some of you that are already athletic enthusiasts, you know what to do. Go climb a mountain, go to the gym, go practice your Muay Thai, do what you need to do, go for a run. This is active energy, and I'm seeing specifically like move your body and get that strength, because it's like this vital force. Vital force energy is the energy of the soul that feeds the body and keeps it alive and healthy, comes more into you. You are making space for your soul to embody. And when you do that, not only does it benefit your physical health, but it's like you get these insights. That's what I'm seeing. I keep seeing it. I know I'm repeating myself now, but I keep seeing it. Group number 1, you're going to get some kind of a breakthrough moment, an insight that you would not have had if you did not go out and move your body. If you stayed stuck in a rut or just sat on your butt, you would not receive this insight. So it's like the movement or the strength building or getting your blood pumping is a direct link to this insight coming in. And it's like, I'm hearing it's going to solve your problems. Like if you've had an issue in one area or maybe multiple areas, because they're showing me dominoes, like a domino effect, this is going to help. It's going to help to solve the problem. You're going to have an awareness of what you need to do. And it's coming directly from your soul. Your soul is like, oh, girl, I've been trying to get a hold of you. Or guy, I've been trying to get a hold of you, but I couldn't get through. I couldn't get through because the line was busy, because you were distracted with other things, or you weren't paying attention, or you weren't moving. And as soon as you get moving, the momentum is there, the inertia builds, and you're able to get that contact. Ace of Wands, I mean, yeah, just confirmation. Group number 1, Ace of Wands is the initial action. This is get up and get moving. You have so much confirmation through the cards here. All of them are saying the same thing with to varying degrees. Like there's a lot of different aspects here, but it's like you just need to take action, and you're going to get inspired about what that action is. So they just keep showing me clairvoyantly, like if you have an idea pop into your head of something you want to do, or a place you want to go, or something you'd like to try, do it in the next 24 hours. Even if it's something you've never done, maybe it's like a new hobby, or you want to try a new skill or sport, go do that, group number 1, because it is going to unlock something huge for you. Okay, let's try and find out what that is. Actually, before we do that, let's get some advice from the Dogs Against Anxiety. Small progress is progress. 1% better every day. Think of a goal you've always wanted to accomplish. What is one small step you can do to get closer? Complete that step today and plan to do the next small step tomorrow. Do this daily. So in the next 24 hours, this is what they're saying. Get up, get moving. Ace of Wands, take that action. Work off of that inspiration. Take one small step, because 1% today is going to change into 100% over a period of time. And they keep showing me the energy of momentum from movement. And the law of inertia literally states that an object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in movement tends to stay moving. So if you start one small step of movement, it becomes easier. It becomes easier. So if you want to create a workout routine, and it seems overwhelming, just do one small thing in the next 24 hours and you'll feel good about it. And then you'll start to see that momentum carry you forward. And before you know it, 6 months from now, you're lean, you're mean, you're a strong machine, and you're connected to your soul and you feel good. You're going to get 1% better every day, and make today your day. Review your day. Take a moment before going to bed to reflect on what you did today. Note the activities you enjoyed and activities you found rewarding. Consider how you can build your day to incorporate a healthy balance of both. I love this card coming out because this is justice energy. It's a healthy balance of both. It needs to be about, it's not all or nothing. It's literally having that equality. And I like that they're focusing here on the activities that bring you joy and that you found rewarding. That's about do what you love. Live your soul, not your role, because that's where you're going to see the best effects. Okay, let's get these up and out of the way, and we will go into the charms. So group number 1, I feel like you're going to have an exciting next 24 hours because you're getting like revitalized. That's what it feels like to me. Like there's just a sense of revitalization. Like you have energy, you have focus, you feel driven towards a goal that feels good for you. Okay, zoom you in a little. All right, let's get the charms. For group 1, in the next 24 hours, what do they need to know? Or what guidance would you like to bring them, Spirit? Oh, we got a roller. So this one rolled out and off camera, and it is the shell in the jar. And this one always reminds me of like being in stasis or being stuck in some way because it's suspended in this epoxy. So that's kind of the energy of stuckness I was getting, and it rolled out on the side here to do with mental. So I'm gonna leave it here, but it definitely feels like mental stuckness may have been an issue, and that's kind of an area that doing some kind of physical movement or taking action is going to relieve some of that tension or that feeling of being stuck. Okay, so yeah, that kind of sits there in mental. Let's actually start with mental then. You have I love you to the moon and back, the golden moon and stars. I feel like you have the Midas touch. I don't know why I'm getting that from this charm, but that's what I'm getting. And they're bringing me back to the beginning when they showed me the brain and the blood pumping through the brain. The energy, and it's to do with the heart, or it's connected to the heart because it's the brain and the heart. Okay. Yeah, because the brain pumps the brain pumps the blood. No, sorry. The heart pumps the blood to the brain, and then you can think more clearly and receive these insights. Yeah, something about that. Okay, this one is sort of in between emotional and spiritual, so I'll read it like that. You have it's like the Hydra or the three-headed dragon. This feels to me like you've had a lot on your plate. I'm getting this message of like things have been overwhelming in some way, or maybe you've had a lot going on emotionally and spiritually, maybe even feeling attacked recently. And I think this is why getting out and moving your body is going to help to burn off some kind of excess energy, because that's what I'm being shown. It's like it's going to burn off the excess energy and it's going to bring in the good energy. So it's a win-win in that case. In the emotional realm, you have live, laugh, love. And I'm hearing do what you love, and you literally had that card. So yeah, group number 1, you really need to focus on doing what you love in the next 24 hours. And I also just heard the next week. So that's going to help to propel you over the next 7 days. But especially like right now and going forward, doing what you love, tuning into the emotions and finding out what that is. Like maybe you don't even know what you love. Maybe you've been so stuck or in like a depression or just feeling overwhelmed that you've kind of shut off to these parts of yourself. So this could be a process of rediscovery. Like I said, it's like an integration of this expanded identity or this new person or new you that you are becoming as you explore this. And you have the green moon in the green emotional realm. So it's very heart-centered. There's some deep dive emotions that can be processed for you in the next 24 hours. I feel like you're going to have insight on your emotional body. Yes, that just came right out of my mouth. Sometimes when I channel, I'll say something and it takes a second for me to think about what was just said. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. So group number 1, in the next 24 hours, let yourself feel. Sensory feeling, emotional feeling, whatever you need to do or whatever is coming up, just let yourself feel it, because the more awareness you have of that, and I'm hearing breaking free, the more awareness you have of that, you're going to break free. And they're showing me that phoenix yet again. So you're breaking free from the phoenix or as the phoenix and being able to rise from the ashes. Yeah, I'm hearing demise, like rising from your demise. Maybe it's like a breakdown to breakthrough type of moment, or you're just like coming back, you're bouncing back in some way. In the physical, you have the koi windsock. And I just got good luck from this. I don't normally get that from this charm. It's like a Japanese tradition to fly these koi windsocks when I think the school-aged children are graduating or something like that. If you are somebody who's from Japan or you know a lot about Japanese culture, can you put that in the comments below? Because I am fascinated by Japan. And I looked this up a while ago, but I can't remember if that's accurate. Basically, I just got luck from this time though. And maybe this is a type of graduation that is bringing luck, but it's a graduation at the physical level. It's like you may even be physically graduating or working towards that. That could be the goal. But there's something in the next 24 hours that you are shifting. You're shifting your frequency. You're changing your body. Your soul is expressing more. You're gaining some kind of insight. And it's all being catalyzed through the physical. That's what I'm really seeing here. Yeah, I'm really seeing that. And this isn't the first time this week I've seen this. Actually, I had 2 client sessions that this theme was coming up in. And I've never actually had that come up in client sessions before where spirit was talking about getting really physical. So there's something maybe even catalyzing at the human level in the collective, like our bodies are adapting and changing. And so we need to be more, I'm hearing assertive. Oh, that's Seven of Wands energy. Yeah. Being more assertive with how we're directing our vital force energy. Okay. Anyway, you have a lot in self. So you have the, what is this, like strawberries? And I almost wanted to say strawberry gel. Strawberry gel. I don't know why gel wanted to be. I'm getting hydration from it, actually. Like if you're doing a lot of physical exercise, yeah, you better be hydrating. And not just with water, but with electrolytes, possibly from fruit, strawberries, things like that. You have another moon here. Yeah, another green moon. You've got matching green moons in the self and in the emotions. So I feel like you're getting a very clear eye or look at yourself emotionally. I'm hearing the word triggers. Okay, so pay attention to triggers, emotional triggers, physical triggers too. Like how does your body react to certain movements or certain activities? What does that spark within you, positive or negative? Like I'm seeing just a lot of self-awareness. So be very focused on what it is that's coming up and how that affects your thoughts too, or your moods. Because these two are both gold. And for some reason, I like connected those two together energetically. I can see that there's some kind of a correlation. This Eye of Horus reminds me of the pineal gland, or the cross section of the brain. And they were saying a lot about the brain here for you, group number 1. So there's some kind of a clarity of mind physically that you're going to get from doing a physical routine, a physical exercise, or like taking action on something. You have the tree, and it's like a very curly tree. And I'm hearing dendrites. Oh, dendrites. Those are on the end of the axon in a neuron. Yeah. Okay. So there's some kind of like, it feels like a new concept of self. And your neural pathways in your brain are like literally rewiring, group number 1. And this happens all the time. The brain is neuroplastic. So I'm seeing physical shifts in the way you think coming as a result of you taking some kind of new action. And it doesn't have to be exercise, but I can see how those two would go together because exercise releases neurochemicals and endorphins. And it does physically change the way your brain is able to function. I'm hearing elasticity. It's like it adds elasticity. And the other thing that I'm seeing here is that if you take action in a new and different way than you normally would, like let's say normally you would back down from confrontation, and then this next 24 hours, something triggers you and you feel that emotionally and then stand up for yourself, that could also be what's breaking a contract, creating a rebirth, a new sense of self, and also rewiring the brain, because when you act or behave differently, it helps to shift the brain. It goes in both directions. Like the brain can impact our behaviors, and our behaviors can also impact our brain. It's a two-way street. And I'm seeing regeneration here with they're giving me the word dendrites again, with the starfish. The starfish to me speaks of regeneration, because if they lose a limb or it's damaged, they can regrow it. And that's what the brain does. If a particular area of the brain is damaged, other areas of the brain can compensate. If there is a neural pathway that is damaged, it can be regrown or it can be retraced in a new area. The brain is amazingly neuroplastic. I love the brain. I love neuroscience. Yeah, so this is really strongly coming up in your reading. Now you have the Merkaba, and this is how it correlates to the soul, because the brain and the body, but they're telling me specifically the brain is a conduit for the soul to express through, for the higher mind and higher consciousness to express through. So if your brain is distorted in some way, it's going to affect your physical body and your ability to manifest your soul at the physical level within your body. So your self here is elevating because you are shifting your frequency. I'm seeing that, okay? Like you're shifting your frequency in the next 24 hours and doing some kind of like a spiritual and physical technique could be helpful, like yoga, for example. It's like a great cross section between spirituality, meditation, energy work, and physical movement. So that could be something that you're called to do, or that you get the inspiration to do, or maybe you're seeing synchronicities about yoga, or something like that. And I'm seeing getting out in the sunshine is going to help you grow. Get yourself out in the wild. I just heard. Go into the wild, be a free range human, group number 1. Set yourself free. I'm seeing that. And go and enjoy your day. Like, take some time to just enjoy your day. Even if you have to go to work or you need to do something you don't want to do, make it fun. Try to make it something that you enjoy, or to distinctly and intentionally take the scenic route, say, for example, and find ways to enjoy your day. Make it a game, I'm hearing. Make it a game. Like, have fun finding ways to make things more fun and more enjoyable for you. Because again, this is rewiring your brain. Okay, let's get these charms out of the way and we'll get some letters here. I'm just going to flip it over like that so you guys can see the letters better from my boggle set. Okay. The eye fell off the mat and I wasn't going to talk about it, but then they stopped me. Spirit was like, no, look at that. I is like self. It's identity. It's also our body. A lot of the time we identify who we are with how we look or how we think. So it's like thinking outside the box in the next 24 hours. I think you're going to have some kind of an insight that is, yeah, like I said, it's going to shift things. Okay, let's see. If you see any words, feel free to put those. Oops, that was on S, wasn't it? Whoops. Okay, feel free to put those in the comment section. I'm seeing easy, like easy rider. I don't know, things are just going to get easier in the next 24 hours. I saw YOLO. You only live once. Like, go out and do it. Take action. Do something, group number 1. Like, don't let life pass you by in the next 24 hours. It's initiating some kind of a change. And I also saw, I know we don't have a D, or at least I don't think we do, but I saw like world. We don't have all those letters, but I saw that. So I think getting out into the world or expanding your worldview is going to be something that happens or that you initiate. Why do I keep rolling these? Okay, that seems significant too, like changing things up from the way that they've been presented. You've got ton, and this is reminding me of like being able to lift a ton, and you have the strength card. So it feels to me like you are significantly changing how much you can handle of something. Oh, I just heard you're putting something down too. Letting something go in the next 24 hours. And then realizing how strong you've become because you've been able to lift things. Don't try and lift anything that's a ton, but you will be lifting heavier and getting stronger because of it. Shanty. I shan't be doing that. Shanty. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. That's an I actually, I think. But yeah, this is reminding me again of like yoga and stuff. Doing some, you could even be doing like breath of fire or something like that, activating the Kundalini energy in your body, group number 1. Loot. You're unlocking some kind of loot, like in a video game when you go through like this big trial and then you come out the other side and there's like loot, there's a treasure chest or something. So as you take action, you're going to start to see the benefit of that right away is what I'm seeing. Yeah, something about right away. I'm seeing lane as in like changing lanes. And I feel like you're speeding up. Like maybe you've been in the slow lane, or you felt like your physical vehicle, like your body, but in this analogy, it's like your car was kind of limping along, like not able to go very fast. It's like in the next 24 hours, you're getting some sort of like a gas up or rejuvenated, or you have a greater sense of direction, and then you shift into the fast lane and you're able to do a lot. You like cover a lot of ground in a short period of time. And I think it is simply just from initiating one small inspired thought, something like that. I did see Tash. Somebody could be named Natasha or Tasha. Oh, ash? Oh, like the phoenix. You're burning yourself down into ash and being reborn from those ashes. Lone? Okay, if you've been alone a lot, maybe this is you connecting with people, or maybe you've been, yeah, I'm seeing ashy. Anyway, but maybe you've been with too many people and you need more alone time to connect to yourself. Lot. I heard lot 66. I don't know what that's talking about, but lots, it feels maybe like something that you're bidding on, or a lot can be a physical place, like a physical lot, location, property, storage unit. Cleaning out a storage unit. Yeah, I keep getting easy, and I'm hearing easy money, and you had the King of Pentacles. So something is easy money here. I think you're going to get that clarity, group number 1, on what this is or what you need to do. I'm seeing shone. The light is going to be shone on something that you didn't see. And it's going to be as a result of you taking some kind of initiatory action. I saw 1. Maybe you win something. Or you feel like you won, like it was a successful day, you know? And then you win over the long term because she won. Yeah, because you just like had the audacity, or you just like had the balls to do it, or you had the, I don't know, what's like a female term for having the balls? Like you had the boobs to do it. I don't know. You had the ovaries to just do it. Yeah, because I'm seeing you like breaking through some kind of a firewall or a barrier, or like a self-imposed limitation or fear or something like that. And it's like by doing something this next 24 hours, you see things. I'm seeing the word close. You close that chapter. You close that door. I did mention the closed door in that one card. Where was it? Here. She's standing in front of this closed door. And she's guarding it. So maybe you're setting boundaries, not letting people in to take your energy, or you're closing a door that no longer aligns with you and you're moving in a different direction, going out into the world, exploring what's possible for you. Closet, coming out of the closet, shining your light. I'm hearing, who are you? Who? It reminds me of, what is that crime show? Las Vegas. You guys know what I'm talking about probably, but yeah, who? Like, I feel like you're finding yourself figuring out who you are, or you're going to have an idea of the who that you want to become. Like you're coming out of the closet. I keep getting this energy of you finding your, whole, becoming more whole. Tan, get out in the sun, guys, like get out in the sun. I'm hearing A to Z. So it's like if you start with A, one step at a time, you're going to get to Z. Next 24 hours is crucial in instigating that A to get to the Z. Like if you never start, you can never finish. If you don't start now, you're never going to get there. And the second best time to start, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. And the time is going to pass anyway. So you might as well do it. Doesn't matter how long it's going to take. And you're going to become a really cool person in the process of whatever this is you're initiating or you get inspired to do. Group number 1. I don't think we have all the words for, or the letters for this. Maybe we do. Let me see if I can actually spell it. Yeah, we can. They told me wallet. I heard wallet in my head. There's something, hot. You got a hot wallet. You got a hot wallet because you implemented something. You took action. I'm hearing strategy. Okay, like there's a new strategy you're implementing. And they keep saying easy money. I'm hearing in, like money coming in. You're on fire, like the phoenix. Yeah. This cause is also reminding me of cosplay, which is like when you dress up as a fictional character. And I feel like maybe this is part of your identity shifting or your sense of self expanding, you becoming more whole, because you're able to integrate these different parts of the self, different archetypes of the self, and embody those. You know, like when you when you dress like something and then you feel stronger, it's kind of like dress for the life you want is what I'm hearing. Dress for the life you want, not the one you have, or the job you want, not the one you have. There's something about like tricking your brain into thinking differently by embodying differently, doing things differently. It works in reverse, right? Like you don't necessarily have to change the mindset to change your reality. You can change your reality and then it changes your mindset. Yeah. And the brain is easily tricked by physical things. So what? I'm hearing live like you stole it. And that made me feel like, when they say driving a car like you stole it, it means like you're driving it really hard. Okay, the way that I'm interpreting this group 1 is that you're meant to live not aggressively, but like with passion, with fervor, like not just kind of humdrumming your way through life. You're meant to be really engaged in what it is that you're doing and how you feel about doing that. And if you're not feeling that, then something is off. And this is where Spirit is coming in and saying in the next 24 hours, group 1, you have an opportunity to change this, because if you shift into a higher gear, you're shifting into a higher vibration and your sense of self is going to change as a result. You're going to get different results. It's almost like your timeline shifting. I think this is definitely what could be happening. I'm going to do a whole video on that, I think, because I had the inspiration for that about there's a lot of timeline rectification going on right now and reclamation. And I wanted to talk about how we're timeline shifting as a collective and get some messages for each individual in the 3 groups that I'm going to do. But yeah, I'll go deeper into that later. So stay tuned. Oh, New York could be significant. New York state of mind, which is like very kind of like capitalist, go after it. Don't take no for an answer. Like, strong, brave, like tough, thick-skinned. That could be part of this as well. Your wallet is very much involved, like your money. And I'm seeing let it in, take down your walls in some area. E.T. starseeds. E.T. freedom, Z standing out to me. Yeah. Getting free from some kind of the Phoenix grid. You could be getting free from the Phoenix grid and the Zeta Reticuli that implemented that. Okay, so anyway, that's like a whole other side note. I won't go too deep into that. Yep, I'm seeing cash. What the heck? Loot, cash, wallet, King of Pentacles, Wall Street could be part of this. I don't know what the heck is going on here for your next 24 hours, group number 1. Who are you? What are you doing? What kind of an idea is this? Net worth. I'm hearing something about that. And it could be because your energy is shifting or your identity is expanding. And then as a result, you see the cash flow return on that, because energy is energy. If you expand your energy in one domain, it's going to reflect in the other. Yeah, they are showing me Zeta. I mean, that could have to do with like Kappa, Beta, Zeta, or whatever, like a fraternity, but I'm seeing it as Zeta Reticuli, which there's other types of Zetas and they're negative ATs. So there's something about getting free. Okay, there's a tool. There's a tool that you're going to get, and I'm seeing the word ate, as in you ate something. So food could be a tool this week that helps you get clarity on something, or food could be somehow related to the inflow of cash. I don't know how, but they're telling me something about food and money. Maybe you're spending money on the right food for your body. It helps your brain shift. You think differently about yourself. Maybe you're inventing some kind of a product of food or a supplement or something like that, and you sell it. I don't know what this is talking about. They did say kosher. Yeah, we don't have an R, and it's actually a K, not a C, but they said kosher. And latent. Yeah, get up and get moving, because you don't want to be late to the party here, group number 1. And latent is kind of like things that are in the background or things that haven't. Oh, cool. You had hot and cool. Yeah, so it's almost like playing hot and cold with yourself. Follow where you feel good. Follow where your energy peaks up. Follow where you feel that love and that rush, that satisfaction, because that is going to give you clarity on the direction you need to move in life, and that's going to directly correlate to your physical health, your soul embodiment, and your money. Like, it's all connected here, they're showing me. Yeah. I'm seeing tent as well. saw lash, maybe getting your lashes done. If you're somebody who likes to do that, or doing lashes, I'm not sure. That could be part of this idea. Yeah, cash. Oh my God, there's so much to do with money here. I'm hearing money in the bank. Money in the bank. Wool. Maybe to do with clothing, aesthetics, food, business of some kind. Tent. I'm not sure what this tent is talking about. Maybe it's just literally getting out and getting moving and going out into nature. They did say something about wilding, like rewild yourself. Be a wild human, group number 1. I'm hearing yellow, and we don't have all the words or all of the... Oh, we do. We literally do. Oh my God. Okay. I heard yellow, and the color yellow correlates to the solar plexus chakra, which is literally the energy center that we use to implement action. It's what helps us move towards our goals. It's also our sense of self. Okay. So group number 1, the next 24 hours is a highly solar plexus day, or it's a solar plexus time for you, which means when you get the inspiration, act on it. Start setting goals. Start creating a plan. Start looking at yourself in a more empowered way. Start trusting yourself. Have confidence. Be brave. Feel strong. All of these things, even if you're just posturing, like fake it till you make it, because it works in both directions. You'll convince yourself that you are what you're pretending to be in a positive sense. And cultivate those traits, because it's going to be connected directly to your soul embodiment, what you love to do, and money in some way. So they've made that very clear here. It's going to somehow be connected to money, and I'm seeing tone as well. So it's like it's going to change the tone of your life, or you're raising your frequency, changing the tone of your frequency. It was low before, they're telling me. Oh, so you may have struggled with like low or underactive solar plexus energy, which can show up as lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem, lack of energy, chronic fatigue, lack of motivation, procrastination, lack of organization, just not really trusting yourself to be able to implement and to achieve your goals. That is low solar plexus energy. That is not you as a person, okay? Group number 1, do not identify with those symptoms or experiences. Just look at them as information to shift that pattern. And that's where I'm seeing your solar plexus really ramping up in the next 24 hours by just like force yourself to do something you wouldn't normally do in a positive way, and follow that inspiration of what lights you up and what feels satisfying, what you love doing, what you're passionate about, because that is what gets this low fire into a full raging fire. And that's what catalyzes some kind of cash flow. Okay. Like really positive on all fronts for you. Freedom, rebirth, YOLO, live your life, group number 1. Okay, so that is the reading. I really hope that this resonated with you. I'm wishing you the best possible next 24 hours and beyond. Take this energy and run with it, possibly even literally, group number 1. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting my work on the channel. Thank you for the super chats I've seen coming in, the super thanks. And I should say, when it's a live, it's a super chat. When it's a video, it's a super thanks. I really appreciate any donations that you guys send in, and decks too. Like, you guys have sent me all sorts of amazing decks, and I love using them in the readings. So I deeply, deeply appreciate you guys. And I'm, like I said, wishing you the best for the next 24 hours and beyond. Love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the Sodalite card, and it says, speak your truth. So in the next 24 hours, I'm seeing you opening up. I'm actually hearing the word vulnerable. So you may be opening up and being a little bit more vulnerable with your style of communication. This can be towards yourself or with others as well. Being open about yourself, your struggles. I'm hearing something about that. Okay. So let's get some additional information here. We're going to do Oracle, Tarot. We're going to get some Dogs Against Anxiety advice cards, and we're also going to do charms and letters. So this is going to be super thorough for the next 24 hours. Take the lead. Okay, so when it comes to conversation, group number 2, do you tend to let the other person lead or guide the way that you're communicating or expressing yourself? Even if you don't do that, I'm seeing in the next 24 hours an opportunity for you to be able to express yourself, take the lead in the conversation, open up. And I'm hearing I meant to say I'm hearing, bringing awareness to something, but it came out of my mouth as I'm saying. So I feel like you are going to say something very important to someone very close to you in the next 24 hours that puts you possibly into a leadership position within that relationship dynamic, or maybe it's at your work or something like that. I'm just seeing you being able to have confidence in your ability to express yourself. And as you're doing that, there's a strengthening of the bond. I'm hearing strengthening of the bond. The communication is the key to connection. That's what Spirit just said. The communication is the key to connection. And this could even be looking at your communication style as well. Oh, wow. Address your addictions. I did hear from the beginning that you're opening up about something vulnerable. Maybe you're talking to somebody, a counselor, a therapist, a friend, a family member, or even your work about something that you've had struggles with. It doesn't have to be a downright addiction, like to a substance or to a behavior, but it could be. It could be, yeah. But I'm seeing you able to open up and be honest about this, not only with other people, but with yourself, more importantly. King of Cups. Yeah, this is a deeply emotional next 24 hours for you, group number 2, but it's going to be so beneficial because when you can feel and be honest with yourself about what you're feeling, and then on top of that, communicate it effectively, I keep seeing that this is going to create a lot of connection. And the King of Cups is a leader. He's the king. So I feel like you're able to take appropriate action. I'm hearing appropriate action in regard to how you're expressing yourself and how that equates to you being understood. So people are going to be able to meet you at the level that you are meeting yourself. And as you go deeper with yourself, people are going to be able to go deeper with you. Not everyone, but the right people. And I'm seeing that you're able to assess who those people are and discern who warrants more openness from you and who you can trust to be vulnerable with. Priestess of Swords. This is, swords are about communication and the mind. So I'm seeing a lot here to do with your throat chakra in the next 24 hours, group number 2. Maybe even opening up about your dreams. This King of Cups just gave me strong Neptune vibes, like the planet Neptune. And Neptunian energy can be about dreams. It can be about fantasy. It can also, in the negative sense, be about illusion and these shadow parts of the self that we deny that exist in the emotional realms that can actually even turn into downright addictions or obsessions. So I'm seeing you being very open and taking the lead on getting possibly the help you need, or just like bridging the gap. Like this is what it feels like. Bridging the gap between you and someone else, or you and yourself, and really being able to see and communicate and express more clearly. I'm hearing like it's a breakthrough for you. Okay, we've got a lot of nakedness in these Aphrodite cards. We got the 5 of Wands, so I'm just going to use crystals to cover that up. Because YouTube doesn't necessarily flag as much nudity as I think that people think they do, but this deck is like especially nude-tastic. So yeah, 5 of Wands. I see you taking the lead in a new order of things. And there is a quote from someone I can't remember at the moment, but it's like, there is nothing so unsure and so terrifying as to take the lead in a new order of things. Why? Because people don't know what to expect from that, or maybe you've never shown up in that way before, and it can be unnerving for you and for other people. You're not sure how it's going to be received, or maybe it's not even received that well, but in this case, group number 2, I'm seeing in the next 24 hours that you will be understood, at least by one person. And I'm hearing mother. Okay, so for one person or maybe a few people in this group, it's a very specific message. You may be opening up to your mother about an emotional issue that you're having, or an addiction, or something that you've struggled with. It doesn't have to be addiction type things. It's just something you've struggled with, and you're opening up and being vulnerable about it, telling the truth. I'm hearing. Yeah, you're telling the truth. And the reason why this is so healing for you and so transformative is because it gets you out of inner conflict. It prevents that momentum of self-deprecation or perfectionism or beating yourself up or being at war with yourself, lying to yourself, not admitting that there's something going on. It's like the moment that you admit that there's something that needs to be addressed and not shame yourself for it and be open with the people that you love and who love you, it's like everything shifts. Everything shifts. It all changes. And I'm hearing it's for your benefit. 7 of Coins. I feel like this is divine intervention. And I did hear the word intervention, and that could literally mean that there's an intervention happening. Maybe you're participating in communicating that to someone who has an addiction in your life, or maybe you're the one opening up and asking for this kind of support. But I'm seeing that the Seven of Coins here is talking about divine intervention, and it's not something I've ever received message-wise from the Seven of Coins. This is a card of like planting your seeds, tending to them, needing to have patience, stepping back, doing all that you can do, but not too much, and things growing in time. So how does divine intervention fit into that spirit, and why is that coming up with this card in particular? Oh, okay, they said, look at the card, and they showed me her dress, which is blue, which is the color of the throat chakra, and she's holding these yellow flowers out as an offering. So I feel like they keep bringing me back to the energy of connection. Like group number 2, you're going to be either offered some kind of vulnerability from someone else through communication that's going to connect you and help you understand them more deeply, or you're going to be doing that. And this is divine intervention because it's like, there may have been a misunderstanding, or there may have been conflict or competition where it didn't need to be. And this is going to allow you to take off your armor. See how she's got her armor on here in the Priestess of Swords, and be vulnerable in a healthy way. I keep seeing that. Six of Coins, offering and receiving support. This is a big thing in the next 24 hours, group number 2. You're going to be offering and or receiving support. So put yourself where it fits, or maybe both. Maybe you're offering support and receiving it in return. It's a very mutual exchange with the Six of Coins. And these are pearls of wisdom. Like maybe you're communicating and expressing pearls of wisdom to someone who's struggling, and or you're receiving that in return. But it's very valuable, I'm hearing, very valuable to you and to this other person. I'm seeing kind gesture, and they showed me that with the Seven of Coins and the Six of Coins. There's some kind of a kind gesture that you are giving or receiving. We have the Two of Coins as well. More crystals. We need more crystals. And I actually felt called to the Golden Healer Quartz to cover up the Two of Coins here. The Golden Healer Quartz is really powerful for self-healing. Ooh, I'm actually feeling it through my leg right now. That's so bizarre. I all of a sudden got this like rush of heat through my right leg. Okay. They're showing me that it's a meridian point that was just activated. And there's something balancing out in your energy, group number 2, in the next 24 hours. And there's a lot of healing that's coming from this, like a lot of healing that you're able to do. I feel like you're getting free because you're understanding yourself or someone else better. Okay, we also have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. Covered her up there with, I'm not sure what that crystal is actually. It was gifted to me, but it's bluish purple. So crown chakra, I actually meant to say throat and third eye, but it came out of my mouth as crown. So I guess crown chakra is also important. But Nine of Wands here is like, you've been through a lot of battles, group number 2. And then in the next 24 hours, I feel like you're receiving support. They're showing me an injured warrior who's like, help me. And then the med team or the medics come out onto the field and help them off or something like that. So I'm hearing reprieve, the word reprieve. So you're getting some kind of a reprieve from pain or struggle. Yeah, I'm hearing what is due to you, and I guess what was due to you is support, group number 2. You're due some kind of support, and it helps to balance things out because you've been trying to do this all alone, or you've been trying to fight this internal battle, or a battle with addiction, or a battle with something that was really, really tough, really tough. Took a lot of your energy, a lot of your mental fortitude. And it may not have looked like that on the outside, but on the inside, it was very, very tough. And I'm seeing you getting help and taking the lead, like you're helping yourself. This is the most important thing. You're not in this desperation or victim mindset of needing somebody to come in and rescue or save you. I'm seeing you taking action and the divine prompting you to do that. So there's this divine intervention that propels you to say something you normally wouldn't, or to do something in a new way. And you're taking the lead. You're stepping into your power. And this is what shifts the entire pattern. Oh, you have the birth. Okay. Yeah, let's use, oh no, that's amethyst. I actually do have a sodalite crystal somewhere, but this one's amethyst. So The birth. Wow. Yeah, I feel like this is a rebirth of innocence. I'm getting that so strongly. Like you shifting out of maybe feeling vulnerable and not being open to support, to actually seeing support come through these healthy connections because you're able to open up about things. Oh, look, you have the Be Awesome card. Good night. Okay, so before you go to bed tonight, write down 3 things you're grateful for. This may include the people you love, daily experiences, or whatever you like. Think about these 3 things as you go to sleep. So the recommendation for the next 24 hours before you go to sleep at night, group number 2, write down what you're grateful for, and specifically the people, because I'm seeing a lot here to do with your relationships with other people and how that impacts how secure you feel within yourself and how supported you feel. And yeah, that's like a big thing here. And we also have every day you are leveling up. Let it go. Write down 3 things. Again, that not all these cards are talking about writing down 3 things, so that's significant. Write down 3 things you can control and 3 things you can't. Focus your efforts on what's in your power. Let go of the mental efforts on things out of your control. You know what this is reminding me of? The statement that they say in AA, which is like, God grant me the serenity to control the things I can and the grace to control the things I can't, and something about knowing the difference. I don't know. I've never been in AA, but that's what's coming to mind. So I feel like there's something about that here where it's like recognizing what you can control, letting go of what you can't. And that puts you into this very strong leadership position because you're self-governed, you're self-autonomous, and you're also led by the divine. I keep getting that energy. And something about the number 3 could be significant because you've got 333. So 333 could be important here. And the power of 3, I'm hearing, oh yeah, the power of 3. It's like making a statement and saying it out loud 3 times. Your throat chakra has power in the next 24 hours. I mean, it does in general, group number 2, but I'm seeing especially over the next 24 hours, your throat chakra is really, really lit up. It's actually what I'm seeing clairvoyantly. It's like it's very strong. It's glowing. So use that energy to your benefit. Writing is connected to the throat chakra. Singing is connected to the throat chakra, and communicating, speaking, and also listening, because listening is like the other side of communication. Being attuned to that energy in the next 24 hours is going to be really super helpful because it's going to put you into the energy of receptivity somehow is what I'm seeing. And I'm hearing breakthrough. So you're going to have a breakthrough moment after pushing towards something for so long, and you're finally going to see your efforts producing some kind of a reward. That's what I'm hearing. Your efforts producing a reward. Okay, so now I'm going to clear these away and we're going to get the charms out and we're going to look at that because I'm really curious to see, and we're going to do letters as well. So I'm excited to get some more information on this next 24 hours for you, group number 2, like how you might be doing this or what you need to know. Okay, just zoom you guys in a bit and we'll get charms. So for group number 2, what is it they need to know for the next 24 hours? How can they best use this energy to their benefit? Any guidance? We thank you. And I know I don't normally say we thank you, and you had that gratitude card about writing down what you're grateful for. So yeah, I'm seeing that theme here again because it just popped out of my mouth. And when I'm channeling, that's kind of what happens. Actually, that's more in the emotional sphere. Ooh, you got a key in the emotional. I can't wait to look at that. Okay. So I'm going to start with the physical, work my way around, and then come to the self in the center. So you've got the sparklies, like the glitter is kind of what it reminds me of in the physical. I feel like in the next 24 hours, you're glowing, group number 2. Like there's something shifting about you. I'm hearing temperament. Your temperament is shifting. Maybe you're feeling more optimistic or more I don't know, they're showing me like sparkly, like you're sparkling. I don't know what this means. Like maybe your energy is shifting and you're connecting to some kind of like a sparkly energy at the physical level. Maybe you're just physically glowing. I also just got a message about a mother and 2 children. Oh yeah, the mother did come up earlier. I forgot. They reminded me. When I'm channeling, it's really easy. Stuff just kind of pops out of my mind. But yeah, this big sparkle and the 2 little ones. So you could have 2 children, or this could be you connecting to your mother, a sibling, something about like maybe even the divine mother, the archetype of the divine mother could be working on your side through the next 24 hours. In the mental space, I heard thought grows. Yeah, so in the mental space, in the next 24 hours, I feel like you have a thought that is taking root. And it's a thought about how you can express yourself or what it is that you need and how to receive that or how to ask for that or how to support others who have a need. There's something that a thought is taking root here, and it's good. It's a positive thought and it needs tending to. So make sure that you water that thought with hope and faith and trust and belief, because the weeds of fear and doubt and lack may crop up, or they may try to strangle out the growth of this metaphorical mind tree. So make sure that you are tending to the roots and the needs of the tree, because that's giving me 7 of Pentacles energy, and you did have that card. Okay, and then in between mental and spiritual, you have, this is like the beautiful good luck ball. This one reminds me of citrine, like the crystal citrine, which is very much about good luck, money, abundance, and prosperity in all forms. So I'm seeing that something about this mental idea that's taking root, or this new way of being, is very spiritually aligned for you. And if you guys are not new here on the channel, you've probably heard me say before, like a million times, luck is alignment at the soul level. When you're fully in alignment, things just flow. Luck, synchronicity, serendipity, they all become synonymous with this energy of the fluid spirit. And as that fluid spirit flows through you, when there's no blocks or resistance, things just manifest. They just happen, and it's very magical. And I'm hearing divine intervention again. So it's like maybe you're getting in alignment. Maybe you've been needing to express yourself through the throat and you haven't been in some way. And this shift happens in the next 24 hours that gets your throat chakra synced up. And then all of the energy that's able to flow through you creates so much luck and abundance. That's very much what I'm seeing, group number 2. So in the spiritual, you also have the white rose with the pearls. This feels like purification. This feels like a second chance for some of you that have been fighting an internal battle, or maybe even an external one. I'm seeing you getting a second chance, and it's really, really, really at the hands of the divine, which is you. Like the power is not outside of you. It is in you. And it's like accepting that and taking that firmly in your hands. There's something about that as well, because that's what they just showed me, was like it feels like will. It's like your will is the divine will. So divine intervention is actually you using your will effectively. And that's what creates the energy flow. That's what creates the connection through the communication. And then that's what allows this luck to bloom. Okay, let's take a look at this one. You've got the green moon and star in between emotional and spiritual. Oh yeah, they're taking me back to, you had the King of Cups and that initial message from the Sodalite, which was talking about being vulnerable and opening up emotionally. This is a spiritual practice for you, group number 2, and you're being recommended to use that practice this next 24 hours and beyond, because it is going to help you to release some heavy energy. It's not like you're venting or like you're dumping emotionally on someone else. It's that you're admitting these things to yourself, and in doing so, you're freeing yourself from some kind of a trap, and you get the support you need. You get the validation, recognition. I'm hearing you feel seen. You feel seen and emotionally heard, and that is so, so important. I'm hearing valuable. It's very valuable, and it's a life lesson I'm seeing. Yeah, they're telling me it's a life lesson for you, group number 2. So this is part of like your soul journey, your evolution. It's part of you learning. So this is an opportunity, big opportunity, this 24 hours for you to open up emotionally. And I'm seeing that this gives you wings. You literally have like, this could be like a dragonfly wing or butterfly. It's more like a dragonfly wing or fairy wing. in the emotional realm. And then you also have this, I wanted to call it a dragonfly. Yeah. So dragonflies could be significant group number 2, but you also have this red butterfly. So this feels like a big transformation for you at the physical level. I'm hearing freedom. So something emotionally may have been preventing you from looking at something that was going on within you or addressing an issue. It's like the emotions were, I don't know, scary perhaps, and you didn't want to go there. You didn't want to feel that. You didn't want to look at it. And there's something that unlocks, because you do have this beautiful big key in the emotional realm. And I looked up, and when I held it up to the camera, it was 2222. Balance, right? You had that 2 of coins. So this is balance coming in. It's also about partnership. That's what I was seeing from the very beginning. The sodalite, they were showing me you communicating with someone important to you. And it's like, it's a two-way communication. You feel heard. They feel like they understand you better and can support you in the way you need, and vice versa. And it just really creates this connection. It unlocks the door that may have been a barrier between you, yourself, and this other person. So emotionally, unlock those doors, because you're gonna grow wings out of it. And the dragonfly reminds me of metamorphosis. It's like going through this process of physical transformation, but also the dragonfly moves from the water to the land to the air. So it's like you're shifting through the elements of the self, water being emotions, land being the physical reality, and the air being the mind and communication again. So this is how I'm seeing it all really connecting. You also have the shell here in the jar in the emotional space. So I'm seeing, like take the lid off, release the pressure. That's what they just showed me clairvoyantly, was like a pot or like a jar that's too tightly sealed. And as soon as you open it up and relieve the pressure, it's like, it's just, it calms right down. So I feel like in the next 24 hours, you're going to have some kind of an emotional breakthrough, group 2. And like I said, it's going to be very lucky. You have another party ball. And this one reminds me of like celebration. I'm also hearing manifestation. Oh, you could even be using your emotions, your thoughts, and your ability to communicate or express with that rule of 3 to manifest something. Like feel it, believe it, speak it into existence, say it out loud. Maybe if it's even just to yourself, like I can kick this habit, I can do this thing. Say it 3 times, write it down. And it's like I'm seeing you celebrating a success or a win. This could be happening in the next 24 hours, or this could be as a catalytic result over the next however long from what you initiate in the next 24 hours. In the self, we have this tree, and I'm hearing gumball machine. It does kind of look like gumdrops. Trees can sometimes also represent to me like the family tree, and we did have something to do with the mother or family, but gumdrops, gumballs in the self. What is that talking about here, Spirit? I heard you get what you give. And they're showing me somebody putting 25 cents into a gumball machine and then getting 2 gumballs out of it, when normally you would only get 1. So it's like if you give this amount, you're actually going to get more than you expected somehow. But it's like you have to give to receive in this case. There's something about that. It's like exchange. There's some kind of exchange happening. And it could be to do with love, because you have this love heart with the arrow through it. It's like Cupid. So maybe you're expressing your feelings to someone, sitting them down, having a conversation, being vulnerable with them about the fact that you feel this type of way, or whatever this is. I'm seeing self-love also being important here. And you also have the lovely charm, like a little golden heart and lovely. I heard do good things and good things will come to you. It's like that's the principle of good karma, but it's really just cause and effect. It's like what you do is what creates momentum. That's the energy signature, the intention that the action had at its inception will manifest more of that. And I think that's that rule of 3 energy coming back again here in yourself. So I'm seeing you getting very clear energetically on the path to what you want. And this could very much have to do with your emotional, like your emotional capacity or your emotional ability to connect with people. I'm seeing that. And you also have the queen bee in the self. Come on. You're the queen bee, group number 2, male or female, it doesn't matter. It's just that you're at the center here. And I think that this kind of goes back to that matriarch energy again, the mother. Like whether you're a mother or not physically, it's like there's some kind of a mother archetype here that we're talking about in the self. And this is important because it puts you into this energy of, it feels like Empress energy to me. It's like receptivity. It puts you into this power position where you're able to receive, you're able to manifest, you're able to create from this divine feminine energy flow. That's what this is talking about. So next 24 hours is looking really good for manifestations. Get your energy aligned and in, correct intention and flow, and you're really going to see things blow up or manifest or whatever it is. And you have the camera in the self. So I'm seeing like getting a clear picture of yourself. Maybe you are glowing and you're taking selfies because you're like, wow, I look really good today. And maybe that's opening up a conversation with someone else. Like maybe, sometimes when you take a selfie and I don't do social media anymore other than YouTube, but like let's say, for example, you take a selfie and you post it and then that elicits some kind of response from your friends or family or people comment on it. It opens up communication. There could be something like that happening in the next 24 hours. You could get people commenting on how lovely you look and how beautiful you are. The bubblegum machine kind of reminds me of Instagram. It's like you kind of go on there to just, I don't know, just like for fun, and you never know what you're going to get. It is kind of like a bubblegum machine. That's why I don't use it anymore. But you also have the mushroom, purple mushroom. It's really so cute. So I'm seeing growth, self-growth. I'm hearing, self-growth. And this growth is happening as a result directly of you being very open with yourself, open with other people. I am getting a random message about a photographer. Somebody here could be taking a picture of mushrooms. That's so specific, but that's what they just showed me, was somebody out in the forest with a camera taking a picture of a mushroom. I do that a lot, actually. It's funny. Whenever I go out, I'll actually insert some pictures of mushrooms I took recently here for inspiration for you guys in group 2. Maybe that's relevant, but yeah, there's something about you being in your power this next 24 hours that is really going to set some positive things in motion. So let's do letters now. We're going to find letters to get names, initials, words, additional guidance, whatever wants to come through. So let's do that. All right, so what does group number 2 need to know in the next 24 hours to help them use this energy as efficiently as possible? I'm seeing the word dot right away, like that was the first thing. Whose is it? Maybe you're putting the mark on something, figuring out what it is, like whose is this? Is it my emotion? Is it someone else's? Maybe you're an empath, group number 2, and you have a hard time identifying what's your emotion and what someone else's. And I think, again, the communication, being open, is going to help you identify, get clear on your own emotions so that you're not taking on things that are not your own. Yeah, I keep getting this energy of like pinpointing something with the dot. Fit. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be fitting the puzzle pieces together and figuring something out. Maybe even exercise. Maybe that's why you're glowing. That's an N. LRG, that reminds me of large. Larger than life. I'm seeing 10. Somebody could have a 10-year-old, or the number 10 could be significant. 10's about completion. Yeah, it's like finishing a cycle and then starting a new one. Oh, I did just see rotten. Okay, so something that is rotten needs to be thrown out. And I feel like this may be in the emotional space. Like there's something that has been sitting there gathering dust emotionally, and when we have emotions that are not processed and they just kind of sit around or are repressed, that they can start to rot like that, and we need to take out the trash in that sense. Yeah, I'm seeing the word whole. Your whole self getting kind of like an upgrade here. Yeah, I feel like you're going to find something, group number 2, in the next 24 hours, maybe that was rotten and that needs to get adjusted. Something that was not working for you. I saw soul as in like the soul purpose. The other type of soul like that is like the fish. But there's something about aiming for something. I'm seeing that like the dot and soul. It's like the soul purpose or the soul focus. Yeah, I feel like you're getting what you need. You're honing in on something. Oh, I saw trod. Like you've maybe been trodden on. This could be communicating a boundary or expressing a need so that you're not being a doormat or allowing other people to walk all over you. Something like that could be significant here as well. And opening your throat chakra, being expressive, speaking your truth. That's going to help this out. You also have fin here, I just noticed. Oh, and they said finger, and then we do have all the words for that. So not pointing the finger at other people or being able to finger what is causing the issue. Again, it's like you're able to identify something in the next 24 hours, maybe with the help of someone else. Like maybe you're going to somebody for advice and they help to mirror back to you your truth and you can see it more clearly. Something like that could be significant here. And if you guys see words or names or stuff like that, you can put them in the comment section below. Oh, I saw 333. 3333 on the recording time. Yeah, threes are very significant for you, group number 2. Didn't you have 2222 as well? 2222. You've got a lot of these quadruple numbers. Wow. Okay. I'm seeing let. Yeah, I really want to say like let people support you, group number 2. Let people in. Let people hear your voice or what you have to say. Let people know who you are. Let people give to you. All of these things. It's like being open is what it feels like. Maybe you've been solo or you've been trying to do this really independently. I was getting that from that 9 of Wands energy. It just feels like you've kind of been solo trekking or like trying to do this all alone. And I'm seeing that the lesson here is for you to open up and receive support, to have these connections that you can actually trust. And this being a very healing experience for you. Yeah, getting what you need. I just saw that as well. And fin can also talk about ending of a cycle. I forgot to mention that, but you did have fin and soul, which is a type of fish too. So fish remind me of nourishment. It reminds me of abundance too, like prosperity. So, oh, and I'm also hearing you can teach a man, you can give a man a fish or you can teach a man to fish. So it's like, maybe you're getting something that's more valuable than just a fish. Like you're learning how to fish for yourself, or maybe you've been doing this the whole time and you're learning to receive for what you've caught. It's something about like giving and receiving and the balance between those two. And I almost said through. So it's like you're learning through that, or there's something through that. I did just see wit and doctor. Okay. Wit. And I'm seeing otter. Yeah. Otters are playful. Otters hold hands when they sleep. Okay, yeah, it's a lot to do with connection. The doctor could be significant. Maybe you're going to a doctor, counselor, therapist, general practitioner. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody else, but it's like there's some kind of connection here that's going to help you heal. That's what I'm taking from it. Now, wit, well, it's actually wit. And the H being in there reminds me of like Walt Whitman, who was a famous poet. He wrote Leaves of Grass. I actually have that book. It's a compendium or collection of his poems. But there's something about wit here. So maybe you're having a good sense of humor about something. You're opening up about it. Sold. I feel like if you're offering something, it's going to sell, or you're going to, maybe you're sold on something. Maybe somebody's convincing you of something, or you're convincing them in a positive way, hopefully. But yeah. Hog. Somebody may have been hogging attention or hogging the limelight or hogging the conversation. And I feel like you're not letting people walk all over you. I just keep getting that message, group 2, in the next 24 hours. You're not hogging the conversation yourself either. You're stepping into that leadership role, but you're doing it in a way that helps to guide and connect. Like that's really the vibe I get. Hog also reminds me of pig, and pigs remind me of abundance as well. And I'm hearing piggybacking. So it's like you're getting some kind of a leg up, or you're getting some kind of assistance that helps you out. But I would be wary, like don't make sure that you're not dependent. Make sure that you're not the person receiving the fish and that just can't keep coming back to that same person for the fish. A true teacher or a true loved one is going to give you the tools to be able to do this yourself, not keep you dependent on them. So make sure that that's the energy dynamic. Yeah. Seeing the word white. And told, okay. The color white could be significant. White to me feels like a reset, like purification. I'm hearing peace of mind. Yeah, this could be some kind of like a fresh start that gives you peace of mind because you told someone something, or they told you something. There's, again, I just keep getting this energy of communication, and that's going to be so important for you. And they just took me back to this card, actually, leveling up. Yeah, so white makes me feel like you're leveling up. Could even be a connection or a commitment, because white is symbolized by that, like wearing white at a wedding, that kind of thing. So maybe a wedding, I don't know. But if it's in relationship, this is definitely you ascending to a new level of commitment or connection because you're able to communicate more effectively. And like they said earlier, communication is that foundation for connection, especially in the next 24 hours, group number 2. So I think I'll leave it there. You're an OG. You're an OG, group number 2. I think I'll leave it there. And I hope that these messages were helpful for you and gave you some guidance and some insight into how to use the energy of the next 24 hours or what you may expect. Just take what resonates and leave the rest, as these are general readings, but always pay attention to the synchronicities, the symbolism, and things like that, as it will be how communication from spirit comes in. And it can be very useful to guiding you through the days and weeks to come. So sending you guys lots of love for the next 24 hours and beyond. Thank you so much for all the support here on the channel, for the super thanks, donations, deck donations, comments, likes, subscribes. All of that stuff really helps me to grow my channel and to help more people and to spread these messages around. As a divine communicator that I am, I need to communicate to people these messages from spirit. So thank you for helping to get those out to the people who need them. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Unakite crystal, Unakite card, and it says live in the now. Live in the now. Okay. So in the next 24 hours, you're going to want to be very present, grounded, anchored in the now moment. I'm getting that obviously from the card, but I'm actually feeling it energetically as well. Like there's going to be something you need to pay attention to, or you're just going to want to be present. Why? Why, Spirit? Ask with sincerity. Maybe this is being present with yourself, group 3. Like being tuned into you, living in the now moment helps you to ask yourself what you need and then to meet that need or to be there for yourself. I'm kind of seeing that or feeling that energy. Do all things in moderation. And I guess this would just help regulate you, balance things out so that you're not going overboard in anything because you're living very much in the present moment. I actually do feel one more card. I didn't get that many from the other decks or for the other groups, but reassess. Yeah, okay. So I think group number 3, there's a little cat hair on the table. Cat hairs are for confirmation. That's Kitty. I feel like group number 3, in the next 24 hours, you're going to get very present to what's going on. And you're going to ask the right questions, or you're going to be able to identify the right things to reassess something and make some changes. Now let's find out what that is. Okay, you have the 10 of Swords, and I'll cover it because there's a lot of nudity in this deck. 10 of Swords is this energy of like, you've tried everything and nothing worked. Everything is spent, and it's hard to be in the present moment when you're in 10 of Swords energy. This is where we tend to dissociate because it's painful mentally or physically, and it's difficult to be present. So that's why I'm seeing something about getting very grounded and anchored in the now is going to help to shift maybe some of this previous struggle or strife or pain, and it's going to help you to ask the right questions so you get clear. I'm seeing clarity because you're able to see something and then you reassess it. Queen of Wands. I'm feeling this energy of you being anchored. I just keep getting that energy of you being anchored in the now. Group 3. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking or worried about the future. You're not stuck in old time loops. And this actually feels a lot like anchoring to a higher timeline, and a higher timeline in this case that is very present moment focused. So meaning that the more anchored you get into the now moment, the more intensely you can be focused on right now, this second, and all that you're feeling and experiencing, the higher your vibrational frequency, the higher your energy. And there's some kind of, I don't know if it's like recovery, or you're able to shift your energy in some way and use it more efficiently, because I'm getting this feeling from the Queen of Wands, like you are able to do something that you maybe thought that you couldn't do. Like maybe you tried all of these other ways of doing it and it all failed, and maybe you didn't have even the physical energy to do something, but I'm seeing that changing. I'm still not sure how it's changing. How is that changing in the next 24 hours for group 3? 5 of Cups. Okay. I feel like you may have gone overboard, group number 3, on focusing on the past or focusing on pain, trying to like weed it out or heal it in some way, or coping with it in other ways. And the next 24 hours is going to give you the opportunity to, I'm hearing like get away from the past. Like you don't need to keep reliving it, or you don't need to keep, I'm hearing reboot. Like you don't need to keep rebooting the past or reliving or re-traumatizing yourself or whatever it is. The past is in the past, I'm hearing, and it's time to move on or move forward, to let it go, because this is going to help you live in the now, right? Live in the now. This is what this is. There's a certain level of doing past healing work that is important. Like if we haven't processed something and it's trapped, if it's frozen, then we do have to like open it up, look at it, understand it, unpack it, feel it to heal it. But I'm seeing that maybe you were like stuck in a loop, group number 3, where you kept going back to the pain and reliving it. And that is counterproductive to your goal of healing and moving forward and having the capacity that you need to be able to live a fulfilling life. So I'm seeing that, yeah, it was like too much. It was not moderated. It was too much of a good thing becomes a bad thing. Yeah. So I'm seeing, and they're showing me a split. Maybe this was a divorce or a breakup or some kind of a split in the family, and this was what you've been reliving. I don't know how else that they're talking about a split. Yeah, grief here. They just keep showing me something being split, and I'm not sure what to make of that. Oh, the devil. Okay, the devil. I'm going to put the golden healer quartz on the devil, because like we're going to heal that devil, because the devil is things not in moderation. The devil is excess in anything, and anything in excess, even a good thing, can become a bad thing. Too much water, you drown. Too much light, you burn. Like too much, you need some sun, but too much and you get skin cancer, or you get, like whatever, you get heat stroke. Like there needs to be moderation so that we get the benefit out of something and not the negative consequences or side effects. And I'm seeing that the devil here may have been this energy of wanting to do too much in what you thought was healthy, but actually ended up being detrimental. And I'm seeing you being able to ask the right questions and understand what was going on here so that you don't keep having that approach. 3 of Wands. I feel like in the next 24 hours, group 3, you're going to be making this reassessment and then being able to plan ahead. And it's not that you're meant to focus on the future quite so much, because again, it's like living in the now, but there's something about this realization that you have that does allow you to start looking forward in a new way. Not getting lost in fantasy of the future, but being able to plan constructively and taking those actions in the now that are going to help you to get to where you want to be going, rather than looping around in this previous or past cycle of pain. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. previous past cycle of pain. Okay, you're getting out of that. Two of Coins, and that's the balance that you're bringing in, moderation. That's what this is about here. The next 24 hours for you is about moderating something that was really out of whack. It was too much. And I keep hearing too much of a good thing. Yeah, so there was something here that was too much of a good thing and it became a bad thing. Six of Coins. This balancing act is going to retrieve, I'm hearing the word retrieve, parts of you that you thought you had lost. And it feels almost like that's what you were trying to do, group number 3. I don't know what this is referring to. Maybe like therapy or soul healing or physical healing. I don't know, but you have the 8 of Swords on the bottom too. I just looked at that. It's like you were trapped in a loop of the mind. That's what it feels like. I'm getting that strongly, just energetically. So yeah, you're able to understand and see. It's like you're taking a step back almost in the now and looking at, is this actually helping me? And if the answer is no, which in this case, I feel like it is, you're going to be able to do things differently. You're going to change the approach, or you're going to change I'm hearing efficiency, doing something more efficiently. I don't know how that's going to, maybe we'll get more information on that. Let's get some advice from the Dogs Against Anxiety. I can't remember who sent this in, but a donor sent this in from the Amazon wish list I have. I think it was maybe Nancy, but yeah. My heart knows I can do it. Something different for today. Try a different form of physical activity than what you normally do. Experience what it's like for your body to move in a less familiar way. Yeah, I feel like you need to switch something up, group number 3. And I feel like you may have correlations to group 1. The readings are very different. The message is very different, but I'm feeling like there's this initiatory energy that you are meant to put into action, group 3, and that was a lot of what group 1's reading was about. If you felt called there, or if you get that yes intuitively, check it out after this one. If not, just disregard. But there's something that you're meant to do differently here. Yeah, and being in the present moment is being physically oriented. And it doesn't mean that you can't be emotionally and mentally aware. It's just focusing all of that energy and grounding it into the present moment, which does correlate to the body. It correlates to the body. So maybe moving in a different way, because I am seeing revitalization. I was getting that from the Queen of Wands. There's a revitalizing energy here that you can tap into. And I think you've been stuck when not having enough energy or whatever it was, or time. I just heard something about time. Okay, you have be good to yourself. Subtle sounds. Take a moment and listen for sounds that you're usually not aware of. Try to pay attention to parts of your life that usually go unnoticed. This is an actual grounding technique. Paying attention to the sounds you hear around you, the visual things, doing something new. It gets you focused into the present moment, because you have a hard time paying attention to sensory information when you're focusing on the past, or you're ungrounded in the pain, or you are distracted by thoughts or even fears of the future. So again, this is all talking to me about grounding, group number 3. Very, very important that you get grounded in the next 24 hours, because it's going to help you to assess what's been going on here. And the fact that something's not helping you, it's harming you, and it needs to stop. Okay, we're going to go into charms now, and then we're also going to get letters. So we're going to be very thorough. Let me get some of the naked ones off screen. YouTube just doesn't really like to see any tatas, and we've got a lot of them in these Aphrodite cards. So I figured I would just go ahead and cover them up just to be safe. Not that I have anything against tatas. Okay, let's get your charms out. My new mat that I got at the Crystal Gem Show. Okay. So for group number 3, what do they need to know for the next 24 hours? What guidance is... Oh, no, they said keep going. They almost want me to dig like right down into the bottom here. I don't normally do that. Okay. So the fact that I wanted to like intuitively dig right down into the bottom kind of speaks to me of I feel like you've been digging really deep on something. Actually, I'll leave that where it fell because it seems significant. You've been feeling like you need to dig really deep on something. And to a degree, like I said, that's helpful, but in excess, maybe not so much. Okay. Where are we going to start? Let's start with emotional. We'll go around and then hit the self in the middle there. So in the emotional front, you have a pearl of wisdom, group number 3. So there's something emotionally that you are realizing in the next 24 hours. Something you've experienced is valuable, okay? So it's not like you need to completely cut the past out. You can take certain things with you. It's just you need to stop reliving it or living there or staying in that or the future. It's like it's very much like the pearl of the emotional waters can be found here in the present. And there's something that you've learned from all this, I'm getting. Because I see the sun here between the emotional and physical, talking about you getting clarity. And they did say physical movement, and the sun is fire, which rules the wands suit in the tarot, and you did have the Queen of Wands. So I feel like you're coming into a position of fiery, passionate leadership of your own life, where you're able to assess and reassess and take direct action to propel you towards what it is that you would like to achieve, and to feel confident about doing that because you're anchored in the now, which is what gives you the energy to be able to create the future in a positive way. Okay, you have Jesus on the cross here, the golden cross in the emotional. So this may have been a pattern of a tendency to self-sacrifice. Could have even been a crucifixion implant or program that was running in the background, where it's like kept you looping. That 8 of Swords, 10 of Swords energy is coming back into my mind. So this feels like martyrdom, self-sacrifice, doing too much, right? That's not moderation, and putting yourself into a negative position doesn't help anyone, especially not you. So the more that you get anchored into what works for you, the more you're actually going to be able to make a difference in your life and in other people's as well, positively. Because what we do for ourselves in a positive way does have a ripple effect, directly or even indirectly. And I see these pearls of wisdom. Yeah, so next 24 hours, you're going to see that it was not all in vain, I'm hearing. It was not all in vain. So don't beat yourself up for getting stuck. I feel like you get the clarity, and then you're able to change the approach, and you see and you're wiser for it. Like if you hadn't have gone through that consciousness loop or trap or whatever you were in, you wouldn't have been able to understand other people who are stuck in it or yourself and what it looks like when you're stuck in an out of whack or out of balance pattern. So it's very helpful. It was helpful. Like it wasn't all for nothing. It wasn't only negative. It's like it's helping you to understand this at a deeper level. Yeah, you have the key with wings in the physical. And it's reminding me of that scene in Harry Potter when they have to get through the three or four or whatever trials to get to the Philosopher's Stone. So it feels like you are having to problem solve at the physical level, or you're needing your physical abilities or acuity to solve a problem, because some of the other tests in that sequence, in that book, were more mental tests, like riddles, problem solving, chess. Yeah, some of them were more intellectual. And the issue with the keys was a lot of physical. Like, yeah, there was some problem solving at the mental level, but a lot of it was physical, where you actually had to pick up the broom and go and catch the key. So there's something about being in the physical moment in the present that is going to help you take action and to achieve some kind of a goal in the next 24 hours. And I feel like it's going to unlock something much bigger for you. It's part of a much larger transformation, physical transformation. I'm seeing healing. Okay. Next 24 hours, there's healing happening. And especially as you get anchored in the present, as you get grounded in your body. Because what this is doing, it's allowing you to recover from the past rather than carrying it with you and reliving it every second. And there's another eye here, so it's consciousness. Oh, another eye. We haven't even talked about any eyes. Why did that come out of my mouth? Another eye, meaning maybe you get a second look at something, or you have a different perspective of what's been going on at the physical level. I'm hearing eye on your heart. Okay, so like maybe you have an eye on something that's been going on emotionally or something that's been going on physically that you're then able to a dress, you have the bow, which kind of reminds me of tying up loose ends, tying things up into a neat little bow. So, oh my God, they just said the quote in my head, the present is called the present because it's a gift. And they showed me a gift with a gift box with a bow on it. Oh my God, that is so hilarious. And it's so perfect for this reading and the messages that have been coming through. So group number 3, it's really strongly advised that you appreciate the gift of the present moment. And I know, like I was saying before, that sometimes if you're in pain or if you're emotionally or your nervous system is dysregulated or something like that, it's hard to stay in the present moment because you just want to dissociate. You just want to get away from that pain in any way you can. But I'm seeing you being able to heal. I'm seeing you doing some physical transformation. There's something that unlocks in the next 24 hours. So pay attention to your body, your health, your physical environment could be part of this as well. And you've also got the love you to the moon and back charm in the physical. I feel like something that you thought was impossible becomes possible. And I'm also hearing the word probable. Like it's probable that that will happen when you are focusing on moderating things at the physical level a bit better. Because things were a little bit out of whack. But I'm seeing that it's opening up for you. There's something unlocking and you're able to achieve something. That's what it feels like. Like you're able to do something that you thought you couldn't. And it's like you kind of needed to prove this to yourself, group number 3. I don't know what this is referring to, but it's like you needed to prove this to yourself that you could do it or that you could have this fortitude to continue, or that you could overcome this mental challenge or this trap or this, this like, they're showing me like a pit, like you fell into a trap and like you're at the bottom of this pit and you're like, how do I get out? And maybe you sat for a while, felt like a victim. Maybe you sat for a while and felt like, why me? Or maybe you sat for a while and just felt helpless. Like that's kind of the same thing. But I think that after a period of time of doing that, you realize that really doesn't serve you and it doesn't feel good to do that. And so there was only one other option. You have to find a way to get out, right? You have to start making steps to do that. And they're showing me somebody in this metaphor carving steps into the earth. And it's like a lot of work because that pit that you're in goes straight up, it's vertical. And so you have to create these hard-earned earthen steps that you're creating at a more angular level. Like it's to get out from this, you got to go this way. And it's like this alternate approach that you're taking. It takes more time and effort, but you end up getting yourself out that's what they're showing me anyway. In the mental realm, you have the white rose in the pearls. I'm hearing pearls of wisdom again. So there's something about this that was invaluable in the sense that you're learning and you're developing and evolving at soul level from this, even though it may have felt really physically or mentally or emotionally challenging. Spiritually, this is actually helping you to evolve. Oh my gosh. At the mental level, you have weakness is a choice. Okay. So this charm to me talks about grit. Grit is a word that means mental fortitude, unwillingness to give up. It is grit that the most successful people have, where others would have fallen off into failure and self-defeat or feeling like a victim or helpless. Those who have grit are more likely to succeed because they just refuse to give up. They don't take no for an answer. They don't take brick walls as an ending point. It's like they will drill through that brick wall. If you're trapped in a pit, people with grit will find a way to claw their way out. Like it's literally just not giving up and having strong mental fortitude. This is actually the lesson, is what they're telling me. This is the lesson. And this is I'm hearing evaluation of self. Yeah, helps you to reassess this. I'm seeing you have another key. Actually, you have 3 keys in total, but we'll get to that in a second or later. You've got the key here that was kind of sitting in between mental, spiritual, and self. So the mind, the spirit, and the identity. And these are kind of like separate things. Like the soul and the spirit are separate from the mind and the consciousness. They're connected, but they're not the same thing. They're like different layers of the same thing. And the self, the identity, is also something that is separate, but also the same. Does that make sense? Like, it's not separate as in it's completely different, but it's not the same thing. It's like different scales of the same energy. So I'm seeing you get a key here. Again, it feels like you're unlocking something. You're getting clarity. You're opening pathways to success. I'm hearing opening pathways to success where you feel confident in your abilities and you're more regulated. I'm feeling that as well. Group number 3, next 24 hours, you're going to be like, okay, I can handle this. I can do this. Where I may have failed in the past, that does not define who I am. And that is not going to dictate the results I can get now or in the future. So I'm going to get anchored in the present and I'm going to use what I have right now to create a different result. That's kind of what it feels like to me. You have another cross, okay? That's very significant, group 3. The fact that you have 2 crosses in your reading, this one coming out more in the spiritual sector. I do feel like Christ consciousness or Christ energy could be part of the key here, but not the martyr archetype. That is the opposite of this energy. That's going actually into the darker side of things where that devil card comes into play again, where that 10 of swords and that 8 of swords keeps you stuck or trapped. So don't sacrifice yourself, but use your awareness of what you can or can't handle is kind of the feeling I'm getting. Something about awareness of what you can and cannot handle to make an assessment about what you need to do. This could even be about service, how you serve other people, how you're able to take care of yourself so you can serve other people. That could be part of it too. Or not taking the shit end of the stick from yourself or others. You have the Om symbol. And that one's sort of in between mental and spiritual, but I think it's more spiritual. And the Om symbol itself is very spiritual. It does talk about the different layers of the mind and the soul and the divine, and the energy or the Om itself, the frequency of Om is the all. It's the connection to source. It's the base frequency that creates all else. So I'm feeling like you are getting to the root of something here. And we are talking a lot in your reading about grounding. So literally the root chakra. You're anchoring into your body. You're clearing out. I'm hearing purging. Okay. Purging some kind of miasma. These, like I said, I did mention crucifixion implants. If you're not aware of what those are, I would advise you to research into them. You can find information on ascensionglossary.com. Just type in crucifixion implant. You'll see what I'm talking about here. And it is connected to this martyr archetype. So I'm seeing you getting very spiritually clear. And this helps you get physically clear, mentally and emotionally clear. And you see something in the pure light of day, because that's what they're showing me clairvoyantly. It's like you step out into the full daylight and you're like, oh, okay, now I see it. And I see why that was not effective, or that didn't work, or why I fell into that pit and how I got myself out. I get this feeling that you're going to benefit from this group 3. I don't know how. Maybe we'll get more information as we get into self, but I feel like you're going to benefit from this. I'm just getting that claircognizant knowing. And when I get that knowing, it is seldom, if ever, wrong. You have the blue starfish, and I almost called it a jellyfish. Oh, yeah, the jellyfish. That's an SPE. Spirit channeled through some information about that, calling it a magicite, and I had to look up what that was. There was nothing on it, but it's like dark magic, and yeah, it's like some dark stuff. It's like attachments and things like that can mess up the way that you think or get you into these consciousness traps, or it's like mental distortions and things like that. But it is at the spiritual level. It's like the bridge between the spiritual and the mental, and the physical. It's like it's all connected there. But I'm seeing you detaching or getting free from something. And I'm getting this like addictive like quality of perhaps helplessness. It's almost like sometimes we get into the victim role, or we see ourselves as helpless because we're actually getting a type of neurochemical release from that makes us addicted to that pattern or cycle of behavior or responding. And I'm seeing you they're actually showing me a starfish that's kind of like stuck on the side of your head, and it's like their little feeler things are like suctioned onto the side of the head, and you're pulling that off, getting that off. That's the removal of an entity. I've done that type of work myself. So Holy shit. Yeah, group number 3. Next 24 hours is going to be big for your spiritual healing and advancement because you're kicking some kind of an entity out of your energetic field. And the way you do that, first of all, is through awareness, which is probably why you were brought to this reading. Second of all, it's through change of behavior and the unwillingness to give up. Like if you choose to change the way you're thinking about it, it changes your energy frequency and it makes it less hospitable for these types of entities or attachments or thought forms or whatever it happens to be to cling on to you. You know, they're like little Klingons, little parasites, and they feed on and exacerbate our own weak spots. They use that and try to get you to fall into those consciousness traps. So I think that's why they were showing us you in the pit. It's like, that's the consciousness trap. Getting yourself out here is about the mental fortitude to say no and to not give up and to fight back through your ability to get anchored into the now, into the present, stop reliving that pain, things like that. And you have the green, blue moon in the spiritual and the self. Could be lunar matrix stuff too. Yeah, that's all connected. But anyway, the spiritual and the self. I'm seeing balance again, like the top and bottom, different colors. There's a balance happening between the above and below, the higher parts of the self, the lower parts of the self. And as you merge these together in the now present moment, because the now is all that exists. The past, the future, it's all adjacent timelines, which are technically all existing in the ever-present now. And the only reason that humans view it in a linear fashion is because that's the only way that we can comprehend. That's the only way we can conceptualize it, because we're operating in a third-dimensional mind field, not minefield. But maybe your mind is like a minefield. You have to be careful where you step, you know? It's like the mind field, the dimension we're in is much more linear. That's how it's orienting. And I'm seeing you being able to reorient yourself into multidimensional space so that you can see the issue outside of the limitations of time. That's what this feels like. That was a big, deep channeled message coming through just from that moon, but that's what I'm getting. And then you also have the lotus here, spiritual expansion. This is crown chakra to me, and it's coming up between spiritual and emotional. So I'm seeing you expanding the capacity to connect to your divine self. And that is going to help to shift this pattern as well. So next 24 hours are very powerful for your spiritual ascension. Like this is very ascension type energy, group 3. And if you've been dealing with psychic attacks or you've been dealing with these entities and attachments or consciousness traps, it was not for nothing. I keep getting that message coming through from spirit so strongly. It was not for nothing. You were learning through this. You know, there's actually light workers that will intentionally go into these consciousness traps and experience them and get stuck in them to help pull others out or to teach others how to get out of them themselves. Yeah. So this wisdom is priceless, especially now that you're getting out of it. Let's go deep into the self now. We have the jar with the conch shell in it. And I'm hearing look to the sea. Okay, so something about the sea. Maybe you live by the sea or you're being called to go to the ocean. There's something about the sea that they're bringing up, and I'm not really sure. That could be a coded message, because I feel like the group 3s here, you guys are very spiritually advanced. And if you're not yet, then you're moving in that direction. But I think for most of you, you're very spiritually advanced. And so you have the capacity or the ability to connect to spirit in these more symbolic or coded ways. And my readings are very coded as it is anyway, because that's how spirit will relay updates and upgrades and downloads and freedom codes and things like that to people who are attracted to the channel. But yeah, I feel like something about the ocean is going to be significant in the next 24 hours. Oh, I've never seen this charm before. It's like a planet and a star and a moon and a heart. I'm actually getting something about galactic consciousness. Okay. Galactic consciousness upgrades, group 3. That's what I just heard. Galactic consciousness upgrades. So you're going through a very significant ascension phase right now. And it's almost like darkest before the dawn, because they're showing me the 10 of Swords, but not from the Aphrodite tarot that we use. They're actually showing it to me clairvoyantly from the Rider-Waite. And in that one, it is pitch black at night, but you can see a horizon, the dawn breaking on the horizon. So I feel like it was darkest before the dawn, and you're about to have a galactic activation breakthrough. Maybe there's an expansion of your spiritual self and your awareness of self that's coming online. Yeah, you have the dragon too, and this can talk about these higher dimensional consciousness, galactic consciousness, and you activating that within yourself. I heard I was blind, but now I see, and they pointed me back at the eye again. Yeah, something that you could not see, you're now seeing it. And you're able to transmute it. You have another key. So you've got all the keys. You got all the keys, group number 3s. You've got all the keys you need to be able to break this pattern, to get out of the consciousness trap. And you've got the keys, and they're showing me clairvoyantly somebody like replicating those keys and handing them out to other people who were stuck. And they're showing me people in a jail cell. And it's like you're going around and opening all the jail cells for people and being like, get out, get out, get out. Okay, yeah. So this is like a retrieval mission. This is lightworker mission stuff. This is not just a human experience that you've had, okay? This was not just human life, like normal stuff. This was like big spiritual tests that you were put through. And a lot of it was so that you could have the resources or tools to help other people get out of that. And whether you're doing that in an act of service or you're just doing it at the soul level in the astral realms, either way, it's effective is what they're showing me. Yeah, it's very effective. Wow. Okay. You got a matching moon here. Spiritual self and physical self, the identity, the ego matching themselves. Yeah, they're matching up here. Things that were out of alignment are coming back into alignment because you used your free will. You used that choice to purify and to remove the attachments. They keep showing me that, and my crown chakra is going off right now. Got the white diamond. Yes, talk about purification, crystallizing the consciousness. This is very crown chakra. And I just keep getting this feeling of like, it was not all for nothing. I just keep getting that energy. It was not all for nothing. And then lastly, you have the, what do you call this? Saw. Hacksaw? No, just a saw. I think you are cutting yourself free. Cutting ties, cutting cords, cutting attachments to previous timelines where there were distortions or you were trapped in like negative grid matrices. This is really big, group number 3. This is really big. Okay, let's go into letters. We're going to do letters now. I haven't done that in a long time here on the channel. And we're going to find out some additional information. The letters just kind of help me channel words and phrases, stuff like that, prompts. And if you guys see any words or names or anything like that, you can put those in the comments as well. Okay. Okay, the first thing I'm seeing is the word scar. I didn't even know if we had an R, but I saw SCA and I heard scar in my head. So I think you're finally able to heal from some scars, like some old wounds that were causing you a lot of pain. Scar tissue, something in the tissues, even in the physical body, like how emotion can be held in your body, in your fascia, in the physical. I saw oh ho, like a breakthrough, like you realize something. There's something here. NN could be significant because that just stood out to me. I'm seeing cell. And this also reminds me of cell, and there's a couple of things that are coming through from this. Okay, so, look at scary. Yeah, that devil energy, that entity attachment was very scary, and it probably got up all on your head and made you think the worst possible thoughts and relive the worst possible things, group number 3, but you're breaking free from this, and I keep hearing it was not for nothing. Okay, painful. Oh my God, I just noticed that. Painful. So sell, I'm hearing don't sell your soul, right? Like don't give up your autonomy. Don't give up your integrity to free yourself from the pain. You're stronger than that. Next 24 hours, there's a test of some kind, but I feel like you're not selling out and you're getting ahead. The other thing that I saw from this was cell, as in like a jail cell, right? Because they did show me that image of people being trapped in the cells and you going around and unlocking those doors and freeing the prisoners. And I also, with the word cell, am being shown like cells, cellular memory. Spirit just said, oh, cellular memory. Yeah, this is like DNA level biological memory, emotional coding. They're giving me the word etymology, which is like tracing something back to its roots. Something about, the root chakra, the physical body. This feels like epigenetic or trauma held in the cells. They just verbatim, that's what Spirit just said, trauma held in the cells. And they're showing me literal jail cells again. So it's like a double entendre. They're using wordplay. Spirit does this a lot. The cell physically in the body and that being like a prison. And it's like you're freeing your cells. You're freeing yourself from these cellular memories that were keeping you stuck in these loops. It was like scar tissue that refused to heal. It just like this wound kept being open. And now you're finally able to heal it. They keep saying consciousness traps. I just feel like you have this realization. I'm seeing the word show. Yeah, you're going to show people how to do this. Or maybe you're being shown how to do this by somebody who knows how to do this, who's been through it themselves. Oh, blood type. I just got that really strong, really loud. They yelled it in my head. Oh, blood type. That is rhesus negative, isn't it? Ooh, S. Yeah, something about O blood type being significant. The NN reminds me of double negative. Like a negative and a negative makes a positive mathematically. And they're talking about like this balance that we were seeing in your main reading. And yeah, the reassessment and the moderation. There's something about, they said close the loop, and they showed me the O again. Yeah, you're closing the loop on something in the blood. This could have been like negative karma that was passed on to you that kept you in this loop. Something that put on a show. Sometimes the mental manipulation will be like, it's almost like a mirage or a projection. And it keeps you in that negative feedback loop of the reality is what it is and I'm stuck in this. But no, I'm seeing you being able to bypass that or get out of that by reassessing, because you're seeing something more clearly. You're seeing it from the multidimensional perspective rather than just the physical reality perspective. These two O's just look like eyes to me. I feel like you're getting the up and the top down view and the bottom up view, and you're uniting them. And this is what closes the loop. That's what it feels like. Scary O's. I just heard scary O's, like Cheerios, but they're scary O's. We don't want no scary O's. That's funny. I'm seeing the letters AR stand out. What is that about, Spirit? They said artificial reality. Oh, yeah, that's the consciousness trap. It gets you stuck into a negative feedback loop of an artificial reality that confirms all your worst fears. And you got to get out of that. You got to realize that you're in it. Something about soy could be significant. I'm hearing soyo. That feels Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish. Something about, what does soy mean in Spanish? Any Spaniards or anybody speak Spanish here? I heard wash, and they're telling me that we have letters for it. Yeah, we do, wash. Oh, you're washing yourself, and they're showing me Christ washing people's feet. And the feet, to me, that represents the root. That's directly connected to the root chakra. So you're cleansing your root. Yeah. Yeah, they said RO. Rhesus negative. That's a blood type. What? This is crazy. I was not expecting this reading to go this esoteric and this spiritual group number 3. But this is like very high level consciousness information. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, we do have Wessa. If you know, you know. Wessa. That's the negative phantom matrix crap. Okay, anyway. Call. I'm hearing call. Phone is ringing. They said, okay, you're going to get some kind of a call that's important in the next 24 hours. Maybe it's a literal call. Maybe it is a consciousness call. So your telepathy is going to, I'm hearing through the roof. Yeah, it's literally through the crown chakra. The roof is the crown chakra. And you're going to be receiving some kind of a call from spirit, a call from your guides, the divine, to help you get out of this consciousness loop that you were in based on your bloodline. It's like karma in the blood, basically. And you're, freeing yourself from that. Okay. I was going to say last. I heard last, and we don't have a T except for there's one right there, but it was like last. Oh, well of dreams chakra could be significant. That's the back of the third eye at the base of the head. It's like right at the first sort of cervical spine area. That's like your deep consciousness. But I was also seeing like Lassie almost, like Lassie, there's a boy lost in the well, go ask for help. And being down that well feels like that consciousness trap, like being in the pit. But I was also seeing last, as in like this is the last go around, or like this is the last cycle of that. And I was also seeing lasso. Wait, is there 2 S's in lasso? I don't know how to spell lasso. I've never had to use it in a sentence. It's a loop, right? A lasso is a loop. It's a circle. It's a rope. You're able to grab something while you're in transit or in movement, okay? So I feel like you're getting a handle on something, or you're taming this wild part of the self, and you're getting clear. You're anchoring your consciousness into the present moment. They just brought me back to the very first card, and that was like being in the now. So you're able to anchor your consciousness, like lasso your mind, and be like, through brute force, be like, no, we're staying in the present moment. Get the heck out of the past, or get the heck out of the fearful future, like whatever it is. OC could be significant, Orange County. 4444 on the recording time I just looked up. 4444. Yeah, seems like Orange County is significant somehow. Roy, the name Roy just stood out. Do we have the words for it? No, we're missing an E, but wellness, I heard wellness. Ass. ass. No ass. No ascension. Yeah, they didn't want you to ascend. Oy. But you're saying no to that. You're like, no, I'm going to do it anyway. Watch me. Yeah, well, I'm just going to do it. There's something about the well. They keep bringing me back to that. Sun. Chase. I was also hearing the word chaste in my head, like being chaste, chastity, something about that. You did have the devil card, moderation. Yeah, it's not about like all or nothing. It's just having things be balanced and making sure that you're coming from spiritual integrity, because anything can become a bad thing if it's done for the wrong reasons, if it's done out of fear. And any good thing, any like seemingly chaste or religious or spiritual thing can become a bad thing if done for the wrong reasons. Again, out of fear, lack of integrity, things like that. So I feel like there's been a chase and you've been the target in some way. Orly, I just saw that. I have no idea what Orly is about. That could be significant to someone. Now. Yeah, now. The present moment. Oh, I'm seeing the book, The Power of Now, in my mind by Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, that could be a very powerful book for you, group number 3, or maybe you've read it. Maybe you're being called to read it. I did just see Lance, but I don't... Yeah, Lance as in the name, but I was also seeing it as like jousting stick. What do you call it? It's literally just called a lance, but it's like a jousting pole. And you had lasso too, and those are both horse riding activities. So there's something about like getting back up on the horse again, not giving up, because yeah, that's really what I'm seeing here. It's like, and horses are also about power. It's like horsepower, the ability to move forward, to get free. Horses are also very anchored in the present moment, or that could be a synchronicity. That could be a synchronicity for you that shows you that you're moving forward, that you're making progress, so that you have this strength to carry you forward. But yeah, I remember in a client session, I tapped into a past life of hers where she was an actual horse, and it was amazing to be in the body of a horse. Like when I'm tapping into that energy, it's like I am that. And I can tell you it was like the most physically oriented experience I've ever had. Like I've never experienced being that physically in the body as a human. And I think that's just kind of like baseline for animals, maybe to varying degrees. But in this case, the horse was like very much so connected to the body, so fluid, so confident, not a lot of thought, just more like an impression or experience of the mind. But it was more like just the experience of the body and the physicality of it. It was so present focused. And in that past life experience, the horse had broken its leg and then was rejected, and it was like dying, and it was really sad and painful, and we needed to go back and do some healing on that. So again, this is bringing me back to the theme of like getting stuck in the past, trying to do healing on a particular past experience, past lifetime, whatever it is. Don't get stuck there. Don't keep going back there. Choosing to be in the present moment and healing it from the present moment. That's what's important here, because as you heal and you anchor in the present, it creates a ripple effect out into the past and the future. And all other timelines, I'm just seeing the word hose when I looked down. You hose it down, wash. Yeah, you had the word wash as well. So there's a lot of cleansing. It feels like that this conduit of energy, creation energy. I'm seeing the word sore. So yeah, there's somebody in pain here. The 10 of Swords can be about physical pain, mental pain, and the two can coincide as well. So maybe that's why it's been hard to be in the present. But I'm seeing you getting out of that. Yeah. Oh my God, the sides of these are even telling me things. Look, you got now, and then on the side, it's like ape. This is like physical. This is like human. Human versus like being a different animal, like incarnating as different things. Maybe it's a hard experience for you to be here in a physical human body because you're a galactic being, starseed being, somebody who comes from other realms, and it's hard to be in the physical experience. But I don't think it's actually meant to be that hard as you're experiencing it, group 3. Yeah, I'm getting this energy of like, it's not meant to be that hard. And the reason it's been so difficult or painful is because there's been attacks going on psychically, energetically, and mentally, and that translates to the physical. Maybe you've had to do a lot of lying down or bed rest. Lie also reminds me of like the main ingredient in old types of soap, which is again about washing, cleansing, cleaning. Like you're just like cleaning everything out, cleaning out the wound, sterilizing it. I did get also from Lance, we don't have the T's other than like on the sides here, but I was getting lancet. And a lancet is like something that it's like to cut a boil or something that's like there's a lot of pressure under the surface and you can drain it. So there's something here about getting to the root of a wound and actually being able to heal it at the source so that you're not just continuing to put band-aids on it, and you're actually able to let it start to become scar tissue and then even heal that as well. Yeah, and I was also getting the word host, guardian host energy, and being the body being the host for the soul. Or hosting parasites, right? That same thing. Like they always look for a host. The lights flickered when I said that. So confirmation. And you're sorting that out. You're sorting that out. You're hosing it down. Yeah. You're taking your sovereignty back. I'm seeing you getting in your lane, moving forward. Yeah. We even have the word horse here. Yeah, horses are significant for you, group number 3. So pay attention to symbolism or synchronicities around horses. When are they showing up? What are the colors of the horses? What's the context for it? And I'm seeing it to do with healing and like taking back your power. They tried to break the horse, but if you refuse to break, don't let them break your spirit. You stay wild and you will conquer. Yeah, they're showing me the chariot now in my mind's eye. And it's like having these light and dark horses aligned so that the chariot moves forward. You're going in the same direction, mind, body, and soul. All right, group number 3, I will leave it there. This was a longer reading. So if you're still with me, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really appreciate us being able to connect and to dive really deeply into these messages for the next 24 hours and beyond. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Watch those synchronicities, make sure that you're interpreting the symbols and clearing your reality lens. Group 3, I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, activations, and protections for your greatest and highest good and the greatest and highest good of all. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.